You're listening to the Tuesday Review. I'm Nathan, as always, joined by James. Hey, going, James. What's made you happy in the last couple of weeks?
I guess all the yummy food over the Christmas and New Year period that we all had. Very nice.
Yes. Also joined by Callum. What's made you happy in the last couple of weeks, Callum?
Going back to Linux after a long time of being a Windows person. Pop OS made me happy. I'll leave it at that.
Also joined by Alan. Hey, going, Alan. What's made you happy in the last couple of weeks?
Drinking liquor.
Responsibly.
Yes.
Second.
As for what's made me happy in the last couple of weeks, probably going to a new restaurant in the local area for a Sri Lankan buffet that was cheap.
That was good.
That was pretty good. I enjoyed my time there.
And importantly, we ate all we wanted to eat, not all we could eat.
Look, I probably ate a little bit too much, so did James, but Alan ate responsibly.
Yeah. It's worth it though.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get straight into it. We hope everyone had a good break, and hopefully this year will bring us lots of opportunities and enjoyment and everything else positive for the new year and to our listeners.
Hopefully 2026 is the year of the Tuesday Review.
Yeah, and every year of America taking over several countries.
Oh my God.
Every year is the year of the Tuesday Review, but continue.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we need to go check on our Venezuelan franchise of the Tuesday Review. What's the Tuesday Review in Spanish?
El Tuesday Review.
El Tuesday Reviewer.
Don't worry, there's no oil in podcasting, so
no,
we'll
be okay.
Hey, but you can find gold sometimes.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll move straight along. So I guess we'll talk briefly about our Christmas movies and what we got up to.
Oh, you want to do that?
Oh yeah.
Then we can do a round table if we have time.
Yeah. So we managed to hit up the Brunswick Picture House, and we saw a double feature.
Yes.
So we watched the Muppets Christmas movie.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Muppets Christmas Carol, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one I hadn't seen on the big picture before.
Big screen.
Big screen, yes. And that was really good on the big screen, seeing everyone kind of into it, lock
such a good experience. That's one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had.
Oh wow, really?
Just because everyone was on board.
Yeah.
There were adults and kids there, and they were all enjoying it on the same I guess in different ways, but at the same time.
I felt awkward because I'm like, is this going to be full of kids, and then there's going to be like four grown men be like, out of my way.
That's what's good about Brunswick Picture House is it's when they do like when we went to see the circus, the Charlie Chaplin. There was like people who brought their kids. Yeah. I'm assuming if you're going to see a Charlie Chaplin movie with your kids, they're at least old enough, and the parents are at least respectful enough that they know that this is not like the Minecraft movie where they're going to be running around the aisle, and throwing stuff at the.
It's not Hoyts, it's not Village, it's not even Palace, right? If you go to the Brunswick Picture House, you would probably have to know about it or search, or walk past.
Yeah, true.
It
There's
requires
a level
of engagement.
Yeah,
it's a bit higher than just let's go to the local big chain.
Yeah. So the fact that there were kids and adults, everyone was like really on board, really respectful, and really into the movie because it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But I think one of the reasons I did love it so much was at the end when Gonzo says, Tiny Tim, who did not die, everyone was like, yay. And there was a little boy in the front row, threw up his hands in the air, and he went, yeah. And I was like, this is awesome. This is the best
of course,
cinema.
It's a meme.
But that's Callum, because Callum's terminally addicted to Twitter, so it's like I didn't know that was a meme, and I don't think many of the people honestly, I don't think a lot of the people watching the movie knew it was a meme. It was just a great moment in the movie, especially it's like the emotional.
It's a very emotional film. It's funny because that style of film, I mean, even specifically Charles Dickens is A Christmas Carol and its many adaptations.
Yeah,
sorry, all of them are so emotional.
Well, I mean, the story is so great, but I think the Muppets version is one of the most beloved because it's both funny and heartwarming and emotional. Yeah. And Michael Caine gives such a good, straight performance around all these silly puppets making jokes and stuff. So it's just, it's such a great movie. I think we were talking a couple of weeks ago, Alan, I think, would like it as well because that Muppets kind of humor, I think he would appreciate. So we saw that, and then it was double feature. After that was It's a Wonderful Life, which is one of the greatest of all time.
That's why I'd only seen the. Sorry, Callum.
Oh no, I'd never seen it.
I'd seen the first 10 minutes or so, and I couldn't give it the time it deserved.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll turn it off, and I'm gonna rewatch it when I can.
Oh, so both of you, this is your first time seeing
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's the best way to watch it.
Watch it on the big screen is amazing.
When we did our interview with Gus, and he said that like what they usually play, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
And that was the correct decision
100%.
because it's in my watch. It was in my watch list.
I mean that one, like that is just such a great, you know. I mean, there are probably other Christmas movies that are more my favorite ones, but that's probably the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Yeah.
You know, there are other
a lot of people would agree.
Yeah, it's just such a great film.
And it's not like it's a very modern movie in some ways, but it's not like a quick pace. It's a bit slow. You kind of you live in the world for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not even about Christmas.
No, until the end.
Until the end, and it's not about because you know everyone knows the central premise of like the guy who wished he wasn't born and then gets to see that reality, and that's only the end of the movie.
That's the last half an hour, maybe.
All the movie is like it's like a coming of age.
It's anti-capitalist.
Yeah, and it's like his relationships and like you know it's all this like about the town and the business
and it's all very well done.
Yeah, it's so good. Frank Capra, like such a great movie. So that was a great double feature at the Brunswick Picture House. If you're in the area, you should definitely check out Brunswick Picture House or Thornbury Picture House if you can get there as well. We do our Christmas episode just before Christmas, and we try to rattle off. Do we want to go through everything we watch, or just move on?
We won't go through everything, but Alan got the chance to watch Scrooged with Bill Murray for the first time.
Oh, nice!
We watched it on Christmas Day.
Yes, we did.
Very
Another
nice.
Christmas Carol.
Another Christmas Carol.
Did you like it, Alan?
I had a good time with it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's got Bobcat Goldthwait, who we were talking about the other day.
He's the one with the voice.
Yeah.
The funny voice.
It also has not the cab driver.
Oh yeah, Calum assumes is always Benicio del Toro.
No.
It's funny. So I go to my mum. I'm like,
Carl's casual racism.
yeah. So our mum comes in. We're watching it, and then I'm like, does he look like Benicio del Toro? And you know what she said? She goes, it is Benicio del Toro.
Well, now I know where you get it from.
It runs at the family.
Yeah, now I know where the berry face blindness comes from.
But the actual actor behind it, he's famous.
He's
for
a comedian, like
it's David Johansen, but he's actually he's better known. Yeah,
right?
He's the lead singer of the New York Dolls, which is a much bigger.
Yeah.
He's much more famous as a singer than he is as an actor.
Singer,
So definitely not Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, no.
That's one of my Christmas favorites, and that's
speaking of Christmas Carol adaptations. That's a great one, and just a great '80s Bill Murray comedy.
Yeah, man, the amount that he drinks in that movie is like is constant. Like I don't know if they'd be able to get away with that today. The man just drinks constantly and he smokes.
It's one of those you drink to keep the shakes away kind of drinking.
Yeah, that's the kind of drinking he has. Yeah.
Well, I think maybe the '80s is bit different, but like a lot of old movies, they're constantly drinking and smoking, and it's like everyone is just a functioning alcoholic. Like that Mad Men era of like. Well,
I mean, look, putting it this way, not to bring it down too much, but I'm like a lot of those dudes probably had some post-traumatic stress going on
from the war.
I'm like they probably drank to keep the demons at bay, and it's kind of just like, look, it is what it. Those periods of time, the late 40s through the 50s and 60s, those dudes probably drank to survive. Yeah, there's a certain element of that they did what they had to do.
Well, we were talking about Jimmy Stewart, me and Callum, and you guys, I think before or after we saw It's a Wonderful Life, and about how he was
in action
in the Navy.
Air Force, I think, and he saw a lot of action.
The Air Force, that's right.
Yeah, and he wasn't sure he could go back to acting.
Yeah,
and some of the performances that he does are not in the script.
They're so
like
raw.
When he's like crying out to God and he's crying, he wasn't meant to be crying, but that's the dude just like praying out. He's like, I need something.
A lot of those actors, were in the wars.
I always mention this just because it's an interesting factoid. It's like I think this is David Lynch's favorite film. There's a video of him talking about it. You can find it really easily on Twitter, or you should just Google it.
Don't go on Twitter.
Do you mean YouTube? Place where the videos are all.
He talks about the way James Stewart uses his voice when he's like yelling or whatever.
Yeah.
David Lynch choked up talking about it because he says it's so special.
Yeah.
When he yells out Mary.
Yeah.
You could see on the video he almost starts crying because like the way Jimmy Stewart channeled whatever trauma he had into that performance. As there's also the iconic scene of him on the bridge where he's got that PTSD face going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, well...
Yeah. But I mean, even before the war, I think last year we were talking about Shop Around the Corner. You know, he's great in that. He's just such a great actor. And he's in...
Beautiful film.
You know, like Rear Window and all the Hitchcock movies he was in. He's such a great actor. Anyway, what were we talking about? Scrooged.
Yeah. Scrooged is
classic Bill Murray comedy.
Technically, these war scenes you were talking about were from It's a Wonderful Life, I'm assuming?
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart, the main actor, was...
So the most emotional scenes in the movie, Jimmy Stewart's like essentially channeling
his time during the war. Like,
yeah.
It was the one movie he made after the war. So like
he hadn't made anything before.
It was the first movie after the war.
Yeah.
But the main problem I have with Scrooged is that I feel like when you compare it to Muppet's Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. I feel like the ending of Scrooge lacks the emotional performance that it kind of needs, because Bill Murray makes it kind of manic.
I mean,
but if you look at I feel like the emotional impact that the ending of Muppet's Christmas Carol has is superior to Scrooge.
Yeah, well, it's the
in my opinion.
Yeah, the Muppets one is like the more traditional, like, you know, and Michael Caine's giving a more restrained, like, you know, just the tear in his eye, and he's just like, and he finally realizes, you know, and he becomes a better person and sort of. Whereas, the Bill Murray version is more Bill Murray, and he's like, I've been an idiot, and he's running around, and he's like, I love everyone. Like,
I think it's
it's an adaptation. It's not a straight.
Yeah. I think also Bill Murray does some of that kind of more
in the past sections.
Yeah, like you get that side of the movie early.
You still get the emotional scenes and the payoff.
Yeah,
and it's still a great ending. It's just a different sort of type of emotional climax and release or whatever.
Yeah.
But and it's also very funny, and I love the special effects and the ghosts and going through time and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's a good update of the story, because there are so many, like Callum was saying, there's so many Christmas Carol movie and TV
easy to do when they're all in public domain.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Disney never made one, like an animated one.
There has to be.
There has to be
an animated. I don't know if, like, obviously not Disney.
I mean, classic
studios.
Disney style,
But there's
low-hanging
definitely
fruit.
There's the Jim Carrey, like, weird Robert Zemeckis CGI one. There's another CGI one that came out a couple of years ago. There's a whole bunch of live action ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else got any notable Christmas movies before we move on?
I've always got 100, but I don't know if I should go through.
Or just anything super notable.
Nah.
Well, I'll quickly bring up.
I rewatched Gremlins.
Oh, that's another classic.
Yeah.
I watched 8 Crazy Nights for the first time.
Yeah, so did I.
No, that's not a Christmas movie, right? Is that a Hanukkah film?
No, it's Christmas. It's both.
It's technically Hanukkah, but
Hanukkah. How do you say it?
Yeah, Hanukkah. But Chanukah. But I think it's just it's a holiday movie. It takes place at that time.
Oh, they talk a lot about Christmas too.
Yeah,
it's like Adam Sandler's character is Jewish, so he's celebrating Hanukkah, but there's also characters in the movie celebrating Christmas, and it deals with both of those kinds of holidays.
In the movie celebrating Kwanzaa?
No, it's a very white town.
Fun fact though, I'm pretty sure it's Michael B. Jordan did a Kwanzaa episode of Sesame Street recently.
Oh, interesting.
So that's
Sesame
something.
Street's coming to YouTube or something soon, or something like that for free, which is interesting.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. That's not related to what we're talking about now, but
Muppets is kind of connected.
So I thought it was good. I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be for an animated movie. The animation was okay.
I didn't realize it was going to be as like PG-13 as it was. Like, because you watched the.
I assumed it was going to be mostly kid-friendly.
I thought it was going to be a very kid-friendly. Like, I don't think I knew that it was a musical, and I thought it was just going to be Adam Sandler's. So it's fully 2D animated. I thought it was going to be Adam Sandler's character, like, going on an adventure. 8 crazy nights. 8 days leading up to Hanukkah, and he's going to go all around and run around and do it. But it's actually quite a grounded movie. It takes place all in the one town. Yeah. And Adam Sandler's like this alcoholic who's done with life. And then
he's relatable.
Yeah. And then there's this elderly like basketball coach who he kind of befriends, and like it's basically like it could have been a live action movie. It's just then there are like musical sequences where Adam Sandler sings his silly songs that he writes. So it was interesting. I thought it wasn't great. I thought it actually, it doesn't have a lot to do with Hanukkah or Christmas, really.
No, it's just
it's got that typical Scrooged kind of, grumpy guy who learns
the true meaning,
to be a better
true
person.
Meaning of life kind of stuff.
Some of the jokes are good. Some of the jokes were pretty, too lowbrow even for me. But it wasn't awful.
Yeah. Anyone else got any notable Christmas movies they've seen over the season?
I watched A Miracle on 34th Street for the first time.
The original?
1947.
Very nice.
And that's a really, really great film.
Great movie.
So for anyone who might not know about it, because it is an older film, it's about a department store hiring mall Santas, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Professional Santas. And a guy claiming to be Kris Kringle.
The actual
Kris
Santa,
Kringle,
yeah.
As opposed to like St. Nicholas or whatever, who's the basis for actual Father Christmas. This is like the egregore of commercial Christmas, Kris Kringle.
Yeah, but he claims to be the real Santa Claus, basically.
Yeah.
With the beard.
It's a historical inaccuracy, but we'll let it slide.
Was he born in the Coca-Cola factory?
Anyway, and he's like a really good professional Santa. And like he speaks languages and he does all kinds of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And the mall gets upset at first, but then he kind of turns their business around
They
with
hire-
his generosity.
They hire like a psychologist or whatever to see if he's crazy.
And it ends up being a courtroom drama. And I'm like,
where he has to prove that he's the real Santa.
And like, this movie is awesome.
Yeah. I talked about it.
The fact that this is a Christmas movie is why I'm allowing it. Otherwise, clearly everyone needs to be institutionalized.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's
they get
obviously
into that in the film.
there's obviously that magical element of like, of course he's the real Santa Claus, but it could have been a movie where he ends up in an asylum.
Like I said, the likelihood of a homeless man being like, I am the real Santa. I'm like, yes, right here, sir.
I think I talked about. Because I talked about it a couple of years ago on the show. Because I'd seen the remake, the '90s version, a million times, but I'd never seen the '40s version. So I watched both like back to back a couple of years ago and talked about it. I think both movies have their strengths. I think the original is still probably better. But yeah, both movies are really good. Really.
I watched The Carpenter Son, which I'm classifying as a Christmas movie since it's about Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can talk about that. I watched that
too. We don't need to go into it too much.
Yeah.
I think that the screenplay was too weak for what the concept deserves.
It's not. It's either not weird enough or it needed to be more weird or more historical.
Basically,
it's kind of in the middle.
That's a good way, and unfortunately, it doesn't do.
I guess we should say it's about like Jesus as a teenager, like in the lost years where there's no real.
There's no fiction.
There's no Bible. Because it skips from when he's like 12 to 30.
Yeah.
Because reasons.
This is the period where Jesus is just fucking bitches.
Yeah. Well, there is.
We don't know.
Yeah,
no one knows.
Guys.
Yeah.
For some reason, they just chose to stop.
Well, it's a super. It's because we've talked about this before.
American Dad, you lazy wine-loving bisexual.
We've talked about this before. It's because Jesus is like the OG superhero story. He's Superman. He comes as a kid, and then skip to he's Superman.
Yeah,
it's like they don't care. Like who cares about when he's growing up? They only go back and like do Smallville later on, where it's like, oh, this is when he's teenager and school.
Yeah,
like no one cares. So I mean,
don't you talk shade on the Latter-day Saints in this house?
Well, he went to America.
Yeah.
He also went to Japan as well.
No, but he went to America after he died, didn't he?
I was making a joke.
Yeah, not when he was a teenager. That would be a different story. Anyway, Carpenter's Son is like a horror kind of thriller where Jesus as a teenager is like just discovering his powers. And his father, Joseph, is obviously sort of unsure if he's actually the son of God or
Something
if maybe he's been tricked by the devil. Yeah. He's like his faith is shaken. And Nick Cage plays Joseph. So you're in some really crazy performance and like long greasy hair, and it's cool.
Does he have like the Alabama accent from Con Air?
No.
No,
Oh, man.
He just has a standard accent.
He just has like an American accent. Everyone else is British except for him. I think it was, yeah.
So what you watched this movie again? Was it a goof?
So the trailer for this movie
looks
was awesome.
And Nick Cage is one of those actors where he's in a lot of garbage, but then there are some movies where
There's
it's
some
like,
con airs right there. You know?
Yeah, like Pig. You never know.
Yeah, you don't know if you're going to get a pig or, you know, that movie where he's the... what's that there's so many straight to DVD
they're pretty much all straight
they all
to
merge
DVD.
together.
Oh, you mean the one where he's in the robot factory or whatever?
Oh, yeah, the Wally's Wonderland or whatever it's
Wally's
called.
Wonderland. That was okay.
Well, I'll take your word for it, Nathan.
Anyway,
Did you go to see Wally's Wonderland with me?
No, I don't think so.
the Carpenter's son.
Who went with me?
It's like Five Nights at
Or maybe
Freddy's.
I watched it
No
on
one.
telly. I don't know.
It was really poorly lit. I'm gonna say that.
It was too dark, yeah.
The screenplay was pretty mediocre.
There was some bad CGI.
FKA Twigs. She was present. I wouldn't say she delivered a
She's
performance.
not- yeah.
She read the lines.
Not particularly sure. I think Noah. Who's the guy the kid who plays Jesus? Noah Jupe.
He was
Noah
alright.
Jupe. I think he's pretty good.
There are some interesting ideas, but they don't do any of them particularly well to make
Yeah.
it noteworthy.
Yeah.
Was there at least a talking snake in there somewhere?
Did
Not
the
a
snake
talking
talk?
snake. No, I didn't.
There was
evil snakes though,
And
and there was like weird demon possession. There were some cool bits. I think if the movie was exactly the same, but it was shot a bit better in terms of lighting, and there were practical effects instead of CGI, it would automatically be like a much better movie. Then, of course, on top of that, there's some script problems and whatever, and story problems. But just those two things could have elevated this way above where
the
it
last
is-
film
where
I
it's
want to talk about while we have time is I watched Black Christmas for the first time.
at. Oh, nice.
Me
The original?
too.
The
Yeah.
1974. Yeah.
I'm going to assume this film isn't what I'm thinking, so...
It's a horror film.
Okay.
Slasher. And
I'm not. Let's move on.
honestly, my Letterboxd review is perfect. Nasty and vulgar.
Yeah.
The phone call scenes are so perverse, it's uncomfortable to watch.
This was playing at Brunswick Picture House, and I had seen it before, and you guys hadn't. And Nathan said, "I really want to see this," and I was like, "I do too," but it's really bleak. So I was like, we weren't sure, and we ended up couldn't go to the cinema to see it. But then you guys watched it at home, and it's true. Like the ending of that movie is just so bleak. Like it's very 70s, like more so than a lot of other slasher movies.
No one's having a good time.
Yeah, it's just like there is no catharsis here. So it's a great horror slasher, and it's set during Christmas. But yeah, to watch at Christmas, it's such a bad time. It's also funny because I was talking to Nathan about it. It's like a proto slasher. It's before Halloween really kicked everything off. So it's like an early, but it has a lot of the tropes that we would come to see in later American slasher movies. And it's also directed by Bob Clark, who then went on to direct A Christmas Story. So not only did he direct this great Christmas slasher, bleak horror movie, then he also went on to direct like that classic, fun family, coming of age Christmas movie.
I reckon we need to get Alan onto the YouTube to just watch the phone call scenes.
The obscene phone calls.
They're not nice to watch. It's not like someone, in the office where he calls up, he's like, cock, and he puts the phone down. It's not like that.
Oh, it's much more
It's similar.
visceral. What's the word I'm looking for?
And it's
vulgar.
It's like crying women in the phone and like sound, like just awkward, awful sounds.
And like pig squeals sometimes.
Yeah, it's not just the words.
He's really taunting them.
It's like listening. You're listening to someone being strangled to death on the other end of the phone. It's that type of vibe.
It's a dark
I'm
movie.
listening.
It's just a nasty film. And you don't get nasty films
It's
anymore.
great though.
It is great, but what I'm saying is, like, how often do you find a new movie that comes out and you're just like, this is nuts?
Well, we talk about every time there's a new horror movie come out, and we're like, this doesn't feel dangerous. This doesn't feel violent. This doesn't feel like horror movies now. Even the R-rated crazy ones,
They don't feel dangerous.
they lack that weight and gravity.
It's like, you know what it is? They lack the sleaze. They lack the kind of...
It's like maybe I'm a little desensitized to horror. We all are. Like you'll know people at work or whatever who'll be like, oh, I saw the new Conjuring movie. I was so scared. I was terrified. And you're watching it like Homelander in the theater.
Well, I ladies I work with, they're like, Stranger Things season 4 was so scary when Vecna was killing. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
But it's like you watch some of these older films, and I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
And I was like,
the filmmaking's just better as well.
There's just a power in some of these older films that are hard to find now.
Yeah.
You got any Christmas movies, Alan, before we move on?
Nothing Christmas.
No? All right. We might go to a very quick break. You're back on the Tuesday Review for our first show back in 2026.
Yeah, I forgot to say that. Yeah, we forgot that. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll move along. Stranger Things has also finished.
Yes.
And me and James had a chance to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we have some thoughts. I generally, we'll talk about season 5 as a whole, I guess, very briefly.
Yeah, we'll just do non-spoiler quick.
I feel like the ending of season 4 kind of let down season 5, and the ending of season 4, the scope was massive, right? It was an apocalypse story.
That's the thing, is at the end of season 4, Vecna breaks through the dimension into
spoilers
Hawkins.
for seasons 1 to 4, I suppose.
Well, you could see the trailer, like the dimension breaks through the upside down and Hawkins in the real world. Like there's like
rifts and fissures and the town's on fire.
And so everyone
KFC is doing the upside down special.
Everyone thought that season 5 is going to be epic. It's going to be this post-apocalyptic like war against the monsters and Vecna, and the army's going to come in. It's going to be crazy. But they did a soft reset for season 5 where they're like, oh no, that's been. The army kind of stitched up those.
No, we waited too long, and now the kids are too old.
Yeah.
So it's 18 months later.
Yeah,
and they've all had massive growth spurts.
And they're still in school, and people are still going to work. And I'm like, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would have been cooler if it was more of that kind of.
It should have just been like a post-apocalyptic, like they're always hiding from, kind of like From.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're safe during the day, but then at night, like monsters come out. Maybe there is a military presence, but it's not as sort of. Maybe it's just keeping them quarantined and they're not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were on the back foot for a long time because ever since COVID, there was season 1 and 2, and then there was a gap, and then there was season 3, and then there was COVID, and then season 4, and then years later, now season 5, and now it's the end. And it's always kind of like, it's been 10 years since the original, the first season. And it's kind of like, this isn't worth it. Like, they should have banged these out quicker. The kids are all grown up. The story's gotten way out of hand. There's too many characters now. So it was always going to end up a bit messy. At the end of the day, it wasn't a complete disaster. I was entertained by season 5. I thought the end was a nice enough wrap up.
It did enough.
Especially the epilogue sort of scenes.
Yeah, and I think there's lots of people complaining about how bad season 5 is. And I didn't see, it wasn't perfect.
It's a mess, and there's a lot of it doesn't make any sense.
But again,
I was entertained. Like I watched it all, and I wasn't mad.
As you said, it had also spiraled out of control, and to an extent, it was going to be impossible to tie everything up.
Yeah.
In the amount of time they wanted to tell the story in.
Yeah.
So they already had their challenges and their hurdles, right? I think I'm not sure. I think the ending was fine. I also don't think they were meant to include Holly as much of a big part initially.
Yeah.
And the actors, the Duffers just really liked the actress that played Holly, and they wrote her into a bigger part of it.
That's kind of been a big problem with the show, is like they're afraid to kill characters off, and they keep introducing new characters who everyone loves. And so over the seasons, you get more and more characters, up until, and even in season 5, they're introducing more and more new characters, or utilizing older characters more, and it's just there's too many that they don't have enough time to develop them all and have storylines with each other, and they're all just split up across different parts, doing different things, and it's just too much. They need there are other shows with big ensembles that work better. But this one, it just got way out of hand. The last couple of seasons is just like there's too much going on.
That's not to say that Nell Fisher, who plays Holly Wheeler in the show, doesn't do a great job.
She was fine.
I think that the problem is it's like you could have been better off serving the relationships between the existing characters more.
Yeah, there was more work. Many
there was more work they could have done between Dustin and Steve, and to an extent,
like Jonathan's not even a character anymore. Him and Nancy just kind of walking around.
Yeah, like I feel like
Joyce isn't really a character anymore. She's just around.
I feel like there was probably a lot more material for those existing characters that could have been utilized instead of some of the stuff we got with Holly and all the adventures that she went on in the series. And
I did like Derek though. That kid was funny.
Derek,
suck my fat one.
Derek the dipshit. No,
dipshit Derek.
Delightful Derek.
Yeah. But see, this is the thing. Is like new characters and they're doing, and there's like. It's just like, all right, this is too much.
Yeah, I think all the weaknesses of the season, and even to an extent the finale, stem from the fact that they didn't put the time in where they should have.
Yeah, and there's also all the stuff with the Upside Down and the military and like Al's powers, and it's just like none of this actually makes sense. If you think about it, if you logically, it's not particularly well explored or well written. I think we talked about with previous seasons, the strengths of the show is really the cast and the characters and the banter, and all the sci-fi stuff is not that good.
No.
And especially because the CGI is awful and there's way too much green screen, and especially season 4 and season 5 is just, they spend so much time just walking in front of green screens in really dark, poorly lit areas.
Somewhere
that look really
Ian McKellen
fake.
is crying
over
these stuff in the green screen.
So I think ultimately, I think season 1's still the best. Season 3 was, I think, a highlight because that was just such a fun time with the mall and the fun 80s summer vibes. I think the show just got out of hand, and it's not awful. Like, it's not the worst Game of Thrones level of awfulness, but it was. I'm glad they finished it and didn't try to keep dragging it out.
I think they've already got one spin-off.
That's what I was going to say.
An animated show. Was it Stranger Things Tales from '85? That's coming out this year. And I'm sure there's a live action
prequel, I think.
There's something tying it together.
Which they introduced something in this show, which I was like, oh, they've never talked about that before. Why are they introducing that now? And then apparently it's because there was a stage play that is like a prequel to this that introduced that element.
And also that has really important knowledge for the finale, which is why, if you're going to do that, at least do something like what the George Clooney does and then tape your stage show and release it digitally.
Like, they should have put it on Netflix.
Just do that.
Maybe they will in the future.
Because I'm like, if there's knowledge that I need to know to understand certain elements of your last season, and it's in the stage play that's showing in Broadway for 6 weeks in winter, I'm like, excuse me, that's not appropriate.
You're just lucky it wasn't a Fortnite exclusive event.
Also true.
That's
somehow
also,
Palpatine has returned.
I mean, this is the problem with this era of we keep talking about it every week, the content era of movies and shows. Is like the show was successful, so now it's not just Stranger Things the show, it's Stranger Things the brand, the franchise. So now there's going to be so much more Stranger Things coming and going and this and that and the other. It's this Marvelification.
I guarantee you there's conversations going on right now with Joe Keery and the actor that plays Jonathan and some of the other adult actors. Would you be interested in a... Not the same story, but like a little spin-off of their adventures.
Well, that is a strength of the show, that all the characters are great and they have dynamics, and so you could pick them out and do spin-offs. But now we've gotten to the point where they're going to do all these spin-offs,
because it's like they don't want the money train to end, right?
They also couldn't really get the main show right, and so it's like, all right, this is it keeps diluting the brand.
I'm not trying to spoil an upcoming episode of WWE Raw.
Oh.
But apparently the Stranger Things cast is going to be there. So whether
it hasn't already happened.
I don't know.
I think it happened this morning.
Oh, my bad.
Oh.
But I don't know. Maybe Vecna will come out from under the stage. And
actually, you know what? That's the kind of tie-in I think we'd rather see.
Yeah.
Like Vecna, just have a wrestler dressed up as Vecna coming out and like wrestling like
instead
11 actress or something.
Yeah, instead of Fortnite, they should have a
death match with Vecna.
You want to catch the finale of Stranger Things? Only on Raw.
So that's fun, but
not a complete disaster, but not great. Had a lot of problems, but overall, like it's just like I mean, we were in our 20s when the show started. Now we're in our 30s. So it's different for us. But there are a lot of people who grew up with this since they were kids.
It's crazy to think how long it's been going.
Yeah, it is. And in that case, it wasn't really worth the 10 years and the $500 million that they put into this season
Imagine
or whatever.
if they just put out one season here.
Yeah, and this is a problem with the streaming era and whatever. But I think at the end of the day, it was fun to see these characters again, and I like these actors. And there were nice moments between the characters, and there were funny jokes, and so I was entertained. It wasn't a complete disaster.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. I guess if anyone else doesn't have anything, me and James can talk about Sentimental Value for a little bit, or do you want to save it for a bigger episode?
I was going to say we'll do a very quick on Pluribus, but Alan, I don't know, have you finished it?
He's finished it, okay.
All right.
So we'll keep it spoiler-free.
Pluribus is the new show from Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and stars Rhea Seehorn, who was Kim in Better Call Saul, who's great in that show, and I loved Kim, the character in that show. And, I mean, I guess it's in the trailer, right? Like the invasion that happens.
I mean, yeah, that's the
whole premise.
It's not explained exactly how the invasion happens.
Well, it's sort of... So, all right,
just so people, the context of what we're talking about.
I like spoiler warning for the very first moments of the first episode, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right? It's not fully explained, but it's some sort of like radio transmission that comes down to Earth, which turns out that the data encoded in that transmission is similar to DNA.
Basically, long story short, it possesses everyone in the world by some sort of alien, let's call it an alien virus.
It's an alien DNA encoded in radio
possesses
data.
everyone in the world, but instead of turning them evil, it just turns them really super nice and helpful.
Into a hive mind kind of thing.
Yeah, but they're all connected into a hive mind. And Rhea Seehorn's character, Carol, is this kind of curmudgeon, like...
there's 12 people who are not affected.
Yeah, but Carol is the main character, and she's not affected.
She's a bitter author.
She's bitter and a bit of a cranky like personality to begin with, and now there are all these people who have been taken over and are also just being really nice and helpful, and she's kind of in hell. But also she's like, I don't like people, but also like I don't want people to be part of this hive mind. So she's trying to figure out how to reverse it. But
part of the show's question is kind of like, what does it mean to be human? Are they still humans? Are they something
else? And if you didn't consent to be part of the hive mind, is it the right thing to do? Even though technically this hive mind is doing the right thing and saving the planet, and everyone is nice. There's no more murder. There's no more rape.
They're not. They're nice because they're the hive mind. It's like that part of the show. Another part of the show. The question asks is, how do you know they're still human?
That's the thing. Is, are they human anymore?
Yeah, exactly. They can say they consented afterwards, but does that mean anything?
If they don't have choice to leave the hive mind after they've been forced to into it, is it the right thing to do? Just because the world is peaceful now, does it mean it's the right thing? So that's like part of the show's like philosophy and Carol has to sort of figure out like, how to fight back, but also she's just one person with no experience, no science. A lot of these types of sci-fi shows is that there's like a group of scientists or astronauts or someone who's like has some equipment or some knowledge to deal with this, whereas she's just like a fantasy romance novel author.
Like she's got no scientific background.
Yeah, who likes to drink and like watch Golden Girls. Yeah. So I think that's really a strength of this show and Vince Gilligan as a creator and writer, and like it's her problem solving just in a normal human like practical common sense way, and not her just being like the smartest person in the world, just happens to be the only person unaffected.
There's no science fiction biology nonsense.
It's very
like she's making mistakes throughout of the whole thing.
And like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and one of the reasons I really love those types of shows is a lot of it's very slow, and it goes through the methods she goes through.
Certainly goes through the meth in those shows.
The meth, but the methods of like problem solving. Yes. It's like her thinking through a problem she has to solve, and then from start to finish, you see her go about how she does that. And in different show, it would just cut and she'd be finished. or, you know, there'd be some magical reason for why it is. But there are long stretches of this show where, you know, it just sits and she's thinking and she's watching something, or, you know, doing some testing a theory she might have, and then something will click, and then that leads her to and it's just like a long stretch of the episode is just that. And a lot of people might think that's boring, but I think that's why it's such a great, interesting and engaging show.
I also like, again, the show for its kind of fantastical conceit is also very realistic, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like you've also got the other survivors. You don't see them all in this season, but like the ones you do see, they're a very realistic, kind of relatable element of how people would behave in this situation.
Yeah.
Like you got the guy who comes in on Air Force One,
the Mauritanian.
And
I'm like,
he's like living it up. Yeah.
Because as soon as I saw that they're getting together, I'm like, Air Force One. Rocks up. I'm like, yes, I do it.
Because there are different people who would take advantage, quote unquote, of the situation, and how they deal with that, and how Carol is like feeling left out of that because she's like, is everyone else like not bothered by this? And
so you got the character who's just living it up, right? You got the character who is kind of not engaging with the hive mind, the world at all. You've got the characters that are just trying their best and they're in denial.
Yeah, like the one of the characters, she has a family.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and it's very clear that yes, the hive mind's taken over your family, but for her, because
still
it's still her
sister's
son, it's
alive,
still her family.
Yeah,
she is.
They have all the memories and experiences of that. Of the family, but they also have all the memories and experiences of everyone in the world.
Else,
so it's like
she's gonna guess request in a way to say, "Hey, you're gonna behave like my family used to behave, or close to it, and we're gonna live as a family. Damn it!" And
that's something that Carol goes into when she's like arguing with this person. She's like, "Yeah, that's your 10-year-old son.
That's also my gynecologist,
and you love him, but that's my gynecologist. Like, I can ask him like any question and he can answer it because he's got the knowledge of the whole world." So it's a really interesting sci-fi concept, and it's executed really well. And Vince Gilligan has done it again.
Yeah.
And I think it's a much smarter, slower, more engaging type sci-fi show than a lot of other shows that would be more action oriented or more.
And I think Apple Plus was a good fit for this kind of show because if it was Netflix, it would have been let's go quicker, let's do more.
Yeah, cheap, let's cancel after season ugly, uglier. I think one of the
more CG. There's not a lot of CG in this.
One of the great things about Pluribus is it looks like an expensive show. Yeah. But not like Stranger Things is expensive where it's just CGI garbage.
No, you got like hundreds of extras driving trucks doing stuff.
They go to different places in the world, and there's different there's planes,
they're
trains,
flying planes,
cars. There's lots of people on screen. It looks really nice.
They're stocking supermarket shelves in like half an hour. They're doing stuff.
And the score, like the music's really good, and the performances are really top notch.
Except the drones. The drones they use are pretty cheap.
Yeah, but they're very disposable because I'm joking.
That's right. That's the joke. Yeah.
But I think it's one of the best. Other than Severance, might be the best show on TV right now.
Big claim.
Oh, better than Slow Horses.
I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, big call.
At least on par with Slow Horses.
Have you watched Lincoln Lawyer yet?
No, but
apparently that's coming back in February.
I doubt very much that's on par with Pluribus.
Oh,
Cal, I love you, but
even Alan was like, "Come on."
All right, we're gonna settle that down.
No, Pluribus is very solid. Yeah,
Callum, you need to watch Pluribus as soon as possible.
It's slow and methodical, and
here's my problem.
And it's a lot of good sci-fi ideas and things to ruminate. Problem.
I haven't even watched the new season of Slow Horses because all I've been doing is watching movies, and it's hard because watching TV shows is a commitment. And like, I mean, we all go through those phases where it's like, I just feel like watching movies. But then all I hear is people talking about Pluribus. Mum talks about Pluribus, I think.
Watch Pluribus.
Yeah,
I know Nathan and Alan like, I had to leave Discord because they had to gossip about Pluribus.
I mean, this is
be all of these. You just watch the damn show.
Yeah, this is an interesting topic for discussion.
Watch the show, CJ.
I think with something we've talked about before is yes, it is hard to. What do you prioritize, especially when you got work and family and other stuff. Yeah. But then you've got do you want to watch movies? Do you want to watch shows? Do you want to play video games? Do you want to read? There's so much stuff out there. What do you prioritize? I think normally I would say do whatever. You know, if there's a show you haven't watched yet, who cares? But I think
right now you got to watch Pluribus.
I think Pluribus is one of those shows where, like Severance, it's like, okay, you have to put everything aside just for this, and then you can go back to whatever you want.
Whatever crap you're watching.
Especially because, you know, we're such sci-fi nerds and alien nerds, and like it's right up our alley. But it's also something that is, it's a perfect example of something we're always complaining about is lacking in these shows and movies, is actual real production value, proper filmmaking, you know, really like interesting writing and characters.
Yeah, like it was true for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
So many times when you've got a protagonist, they will have some flaws, but they're very minor flaws.
Yeah.
So when you're still like, yeah, you're the good guy. With this and the other shows that Vince Gilligan has done, everyone's got proper tangible flaws that they either don't necessarily fix, or they just let the person down. And it's true for this as well. Like, Carol is not like Carol's the person we're rooting for because, you know, she's the protagonist. But she's very hypocritical. Yeah, right, in the whole show. Like, I think again, another character that we won't mention, who's more no contact. I think he is the most honest spirit of. Yeah, his behavior is more extreme, but he's being. He's being true to the idea morals. It's me against you guys. Yeah. Whereas Carol's like, I don't like this. And that's another reason. That's another reason why the show's so interesting and has so many great, you know, not just sci-fi ideas, but like philosophical, you know, ethical. Because it's like, okay, this situation happens. What do you do? Do you take advantage, or do you lock yourself away? What's the right decision? Like I said, if I was in it, I'd be the Mauritanian guy. The only issue I have with that is, because everyone is now a hive mind. Everyone has the same memories as everyone else. If your family was involved in this before and their family is now part of the hive mind, if you're copulating with someone, technically your family is experiencing that or knowing of that. And that's the thing is, so if I was like some kind of orphan or something in that, and I'm like, that's a game on now. I'd be living like that. Issue, mate. Yeah. You know, but all your dead relatives, it's technically. I don't care. I guess them. You never met them. Yeah.
This is also referenced in Dune.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fetus experience of the women experience.
All the previous generations.
We need to do a full episode on this. I reckon. Callum, get on it.
Yeah, Callum.
Tomorrow. I start watching it tomorrow.
And also, you know, you don't have like I watched it week to week because you know there are a few shows. Most shows I like to binge, but like things like Severance and Pluribus, I like to watch when they come out week to week. One, I get to digest, and two, I don't want to get spoiled. So Callum, even if you watch one a week,
I watch one a day.
But you know, that's what I'm saying is if you still want to watch movies or whatever, still do that. But then like, okay, Saturday morning is Pluribus Day or whatever.
I reckon we also need to get James onto the Lincoln Lawyer because if the rest of us in the studio knows how the most recent season ended.
Yeah. Oh, did it pop off?
It pops off big time. And apparently the book the next season is based on is the best book.
Okay. Yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah.
So if you can, James, give it a go.
It's pretty bingeable.
It's pretty bingeable, and I want to do an episode on it when it's finished and we're ready to talk about it because I feel like it'll be spicy.
But, it's like Better Call Saul, but the guy's not a sleaze.
But the sleaze is part of the fun.
Yeah, he does dirty lawyering.
No, Mickey Haller does some dirty shenanigans.
He's just not a sleaze outside the courtroom.
Yeah. No. Anyway, are we happy to end it here?
We'll do like 1 minute on Sentimental Value.
All right, we'll do a quick one on Sentimental Value.
Sentimental Value.
Oh, the Skarsgårds, do it again.
Yeah, I mean, they're all great actors, but...
this time it's Stellan.
Stellan, the patriarch?
Yeah.
Papa Skarsgård. So this is a new film from Joachim Trier.
In my head canon, I know it's not true, but this is really about his daddy Lars von and how he was such a bad father because he's such a...
Yeah, but
it's not Von Trier.
Yeah, there's no Von.
I would laugh if it was, and this is like his son's taking shots at Lars. It's not my fault, I'm too busy while you're a kid making weird movies.
I feel like Lars would be too young to have a son of that age.
No. Okay,
they're both around the same.
Yeah, Joachim is older than I assumed.
Yeah.
He's 51. Wow.
Yeah, doesn't look it. He's not young. He's been making movies for a long time. He had a movie a couple years ago called Worst Person in the World, which is one of the best movies of the last few years, and I really, really like that. And so his new movie, I was really interested in seeing it, And of course, it was doing the festival circuit and it was getting huge praise and buzz. People were going nuts over it and saying he's one of the best movies of the year, if not the best movie, this, that, and the other. So I was really excited to see it. So it came out the other day. I went to see it and it was very good. And I highly recommend it. It's like a family drama, Norwegian.
It's a family where Stellan Skarsgård plays a famous film director.
Yeah.
Who's in town, I guess, for a retrospective
of his films.
Films in classic movie kind of film fashion. Like it's a thing that they do.
Yeah. So he's this,
Gustav Borg.
Yeah.
Like Jake Kelly.
Like Jake Kelly and Cinema Paradiso.
But he's this sort of arty filmmaker who hasn't made a movie in 10 years, but they're doing a retrospective, so he comes back to town and he meets up with his 2 adult daughters who he's sort of estranged from because he left when they were kids and he left their mother and he's only been sort of in and out of their lives occasionally. He's mainly focused on their career, on his career. One of the daughters is an actress. And so she kind of takes after him maybe in terms of the career and the personality, but obviously she doesn't get along with him and she hasn't seen him in a long time. Anyway, it's about this family dynamic and about how all the family sort of interprets their trauma and their pasts. They interpret that through their artwork. And through their filmmaking and acting and whatever. And it's just a really well-made character drama.
Yeah. I think I really like this movie. And one of the things that happens in the movie is Gustav wants to make a new film and he offers the script. He offers a role to his daughter.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like, oh, it's not about my mother, I swear. All right. It's not about his mother.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like, it's about your mother, mate.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine to be about your mother.
It's kind of like semi-autobiographical.
In the same way that Marriage Story isn't about Noah Beck's divorce. Okay.
yeah. It's kind of just like...
It's that element of like, you're trying, he's trying to say like, this isn't about me, but actually it is. And then it ends up being, it's like, and the daughter is like, I don't care, but actually she does. Yeah, and there's all this, it's really well
made, really well acted.
Some of the best performances ever? A question mark. It's up there. Really solid performances.
It is really solid. I think the only problem I had with this movie for me is given the amount of trauma, family issues, drama that happens in the movie, it ends too cleanly.
It is wrapped up maybe a little too neatly, but also I think there's just enough of ambiguity and sort of like, not mystery, but there's just a little bit to. But I think it's not. It could have. Maybe it's not as messy as it should have been.
It should have been messier at the end, or the movie should have been longer, and they would have given more chance to process it.
Maybe, But I think overall it's an excellent movie, and I think it deserves a lot of the praise.
Yeah, we didn't get to do a 2025 list this year.
No,
our favorites of the year.
I
probably best we don't.
I remember when one of my problems is
break James that way.
Yeah, there's so many movies, and I always miss so many of them because there's so many, and I don't get to them all. That when I do if we do a best of, I'm always like, there's this massive asterisk of but I haven't seen this, I haven't seen that. Like Mighty Supreme hasn't even come out here yet, so it's kind of like there's all this stuff missing. So I would rather wait. But then, of course, there was that year, I think 2020. Early 2023, where I waited and I watched as much 2022 stuff as I could, and then I did a huge list, and that was, I think, a big mistake. But I guess we could do a favorite of and just talk about what we have seen.
Oh man, look, maybe next week, because I'll have to go back to the archives.
Not today. We'll go through our Letterboxd and pick out.
We'll keep it short and sweet, like maybe 5 films or something.
Top 5.
We'll do a top 5.
What's that count?
I couldn't get my pun in.
Your pun?
I'll just say Sentimental Value, more like Stellar Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Thanks, Callum. I think that's a good place to end it.
We'll talk about me and The Godfather next week, I reckon.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice. Alan's gone through classics.
I'll try and watch number 2 by then.
Actually, that's good. Try to watch number 2 and then we can talk about both.
You come to me on the day my daughter's to be married. and asked me for murder.
Luca Brasi sleep with the fishes.
Also, Luca Brasi was a disappointment. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like I get it. You're a big wrestler, man. But
He's a big scary guy, but
he, he just cocks it.
We'll talk about next week maybe.
What was your favorite scene before you call it a day?
The sex scene between Al Pacino and the Italian lady.
Okay.
That's about all the time we have for tonight, everyone.
All right, now we have to end it.
Thanks for listening, everyone. You can catch the Tuesday Review on some of the social media garbage at Tuesday Review AU, mostly on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Newsmask, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Tuesday Review AU. And one of the goals this year is I want to get a proper website going for the show with blog functionality.
Hopefully we can do maybe some more YouTube content, video content.
Yeah. Soon enough, I'll either fix my laptop problem or just buy a new laptop because God hates this laptop.
It's your own fault.
It is my own fault.
Buying, trying to be fancy, buying that.
That's it. Buying
Anyway.
ARM on Windows. How bad could it be? And we're also on Letterboxd.
You know what? We're gonna put Linux on that and see how it goes.
There are ARM builds.
You could, I mean, if you do end up getting a new one, you could just experiment with this one. And
Oh yeah,
we'll turn to your porno laptop.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we could use it. Yeah, we could use it to download questionable torrents of movies that are hard to get, but we're not willing to.
That we legally own.
That we also legally own, and also this is all in Minecraft, so it doesn't count, and you can't get in trouble for it. Nathan, Letterboxd.
I'm Nathan B_90.
I am channeldrifter.
Callum Tuesday.
Alum 20.
And we'll be back next week. Rate us 5 stars if possible. Let's start the year strong. Subscribe.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star review.
That's it. And we'll be back next week. Adios, cousins.